the baking industry. I don't know what it takes to carry, I don't know what weight you need to carry that cake. And I have a plastic table, and you bring a heavy cake, and you tell me, madam, this table will not carry this cake. If I just put the cake, the table will break. How am I supposed to know? You did not inform me that the cake is that heavy. Even if I gave you the cake, I'm assuming that I do not know what goes into that and the weight of it at the end of the day. So all we need to do is to communicate with these people that we're working with so that we know that we need to deliver. So I'll leave you with these words. When you return to your baking space today, I want you to see that there are more possibilities than you have ever thought of. In that your space, just standing there, you can, if you're a believer of whatever sort, you can just stand in your space and pray to God to give you a direction as to what you need to do, as to how to reconstruct, how to restructure your business. And trust me, if you trust God or whatever you believe in to give you that wisdom, the guidance to do what you need to do, of course you would see possibilities and you would explore better. You should not just see what you do as sugar and flour. See it as sending emotions, sending out love, sending out peace, sending out some form of comfort to your clients at the end of the day. Because if you give out the right thing, this person is satisfied. They don't have any stress at the end of the day. So they're excited that you're doing that. So I encourage us all to do that which we need to do and make sure that we are happy and that our clients are happy. Thank you very much for having me, and have a blessed day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we can do better. Let's put our hands together for Lorette. That was so much information, and I wish we could have an exams now. We're going to, I wish we could have an exams. Yes. And let's assume that the exams would be the only way that you're going to eat cake for the rest of your life. I know that a lot of people will not be able to eat cakes anymore. But having said that, does anybody have any question for her? We're going to just take just two people to ask our question. Well, she's still here, then we'll answer. And after that, we'll go straight up to have the grand entry of all the members. And after that, we will have the second class. It's going to be very, very snappy as possible. So, two people, 1, 2. I can see just 2 hands. Can you tell us your name and where you're coming from?
Good morning, Kashalom Dennis is my name. UP Bakes and Beauty Studio. It's my brand, located in Wayfield Area 1. And to our guest speaker, Lorette Best, my question is, planner brings the stage, bakers bring the cake. Together we create a beautiful memory. So how can you cohese? How can you create a mutual relationship with bakers, especially the young bakers? In the event planning world, I'm sorry to say, the big event planners have big bakers that they concentrate on. Meanwhile, the world or the generation is evolving. Young bakers are coming with beautiful skills and talent. So how can you create that relationship, that you create partners and encourage the young bakers to grow in the industry together? Thank you.
Okay, that's a big question. I would say this here. A lot of people say that planners have cabals. And to an extent, I can tell you that yes, some planners have cabals. And that has made the space so tight that other people cannot penetrate. Now, I will tell you that if you want to penetrate that space, I've spoken about structure, I've spoken about your work being sharp. If your work speaks for yourself, the social media space is what does 90% of the work for us these days. Because of course you get to post. And if you're posting, I would advise that you do a detailed close-up shot to your cakes so that we're able to see the detail. Sometimes you can decide to, I know it could be a bit expensive, but then you can call out people randomly, do a cake tasting something, just have little tiny pieces of different flavors of your cakes where people come to taste. And then during that, if you can have the dummies decorated properly to represent your brand, now you're exposing yourself and also exposing these planners as well to seeing what you have to